I'm excited to welcome back for today's episode once again Ambika Devi. Ambika first appeared on episode number 67, talking about how to achieve harmony between mind, body, and spirit. Be sure and take a listen to episode number 67 when you can. For today, we are going to be talking all about manifestation and the law of attraction. Now, I have known about the law of attraction for a very long time, but even for me, I learned a few new tricks today that I wasn't aware of before. If you're interested in learning more about manifestation and getting it to work properly for you, as opposed to improperly, be sure and listen to today's new and inspiring episode.
Greetings and good morning, and welcome again to another episode of the Be Well, Be Safe, Be Happy, Eat Ice Cream podcast. And Ambika, welcome back to the show again. Long time no see. How are you doing?
It's so great to see you, Brad. I'm doing really, really well. Thank you so much for asking.
It's fun, and I absolutely love having guests back because literally every guest has got so much to offer, and we always run out of time, and there's always so much more to offer. So last time when we were talking, we kind of started to get a little bit into this idea of manifestation, and that's kind of a buzzword and the law of attraction and all that. And I know that's something you've got a lot of experience with. So we're going to dive into that today, this idea of manifestation, what it is and how you learn to do it properly or master it or something like that, whatever the term is. But Ambika, take it away. What do you know about manifestation? What can you tell us? How do we get started with it?
I think manifestation is the second hottest topic that clients come to me to ask about.
Probably. What's the hottest one real quick then?
The hottest one, understanding what within a relationship, what the other person is thinking and feeling. And that is a matter of communication.
Yeah, we'll say
right?
another episode. But yeah, so let's go with manifestation. What gives there? Tell us the scoop.
Okay, sure. So people ask me about manifestation for a variety of things. Maybe they want to get into a new job, or they need to move for a reason, or they want a partner. That is the hottest. The relationships have always been the hottest topic that clients come to me with. I'm always thrilled when somebody comes along and says, I want to move, or I'm pivoting in my career, I want to move up. I love those questions. I love helping people with it. Don't get me wrong, manifesting, I love helping too, because I think people get, first of all, hung up and confused on the difference between hope and expectation and manifestation.
Okay.
They twist the ideas of these around. Hope is good. Hope is when we're hoping something occurs, right? We're hoping a change occurs. Expectation, a teacher of mine used to say on repeat, expectation is a recipe for disappointment.
Oh, okay.
They're steaming up. Hot topic. I'll just lose the glasses. So I think that's just sit with that for a moment, that expectation is a recipe for disappointment. Because if we're expecting something to go a certain way, then we're not giving an opening to the idea of it actually coming here. We are putting a wall up. And then we're already setting ourselves up to be unhappy, grumpy, all of those irritating feelings. Manifestation, as per the law of attraction, I think gets confused quite often. So a lot of people turn to law of attraction for information on it. I'm sure you've explored it with one of the great people that talks about it, like Esther Hicks, who is now found on the web under Abraham Hicks, because Abraham is that energy that speaks through her. Have you ever checked her out?
I'm a little bit familiar with her work, not a whole lot, but yeah, she does a lot of law of attraction manifestation stuff, I think, right?
And a lot about relationships. A lot. So she saves me a lot of time having to go over and over and over and over the concepts. But when it comes to the law of attraction, certainly the correct points are identify what you want. You absolutely have to be clear on it.
Mhm.
Case in point, I had a client yesterday, wants a relationship. She's in her 20s and some young 20s,
Okay, early 20s. Okay.
22 to be
Oh,
exact.
yeah, that's
Okay, so we have a starting point. Everybody think to when you were 22, or maybe when you will be 22 if you're listening. Now, she has friends who are in committed relationships. She's looking at them with jealousy. Jealousy is an energy of lack. What happens when you go shopping and you're hungry in the grocery store?
you buy more. I've made that mistake many times.
Maybe, as your title of your podcast goes, you end up in the ice cream aisle first.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Right? And we know that when we're hungry, that's lack. We're hungry, right? That's an emptiness that needs to be filled, hopefully with proper nutrition. When it's feelings and we're shopping with lack, guess what we manifest?
The same, those lack of more lack of that, whatever feeling of lack that is.
Unhealthy choices,
Yeah.
right? We're going to attract things that aren't necessarily what we want, because maybe we have a shopping list. Maybe it's not all the way filled out. Maybe it's not in great enough detail, and that can make it confusing when you're hungry. Look, I've been shopping hungry. But I always take a list. I'm try to ride myself at the grocery store. But when we're wanting something in life and we begin to shop with lack, we're not going to get what we really truly want. And it's really important to make that list. So the first of 4 steps in the law of attraction is to identify with the greatest clarity what you want. All right, we've got step 1 of 4. Step 2, want it like there's nothing else. I'm going to use ice cream as a metaphor again.
Okay. It's a good metaphor.
You use it, I'm going to use it. When we're a little kid and we want ice cream, how do we go about letting the people who could get it for us know that we want ice cream?
Well, if we're real little, we might throw a tantrum or just something like that. But we
Okay, an energetic shift, a heightened energetic shift. What else happens? What if we're in a cute mood?
we may get a chair and push it over to the fridge and stand on it to open the freezer
An action, we could do gestures, we could demonstrate. And then what about vocally and verbally? What do we start doing with the idea of, I want ice cream?
Yeah, we start letting the big people around us know that that's what we want. Like
It goes from a sentence to a repetition to a mantra to a chant. And we start infusing it with our voice and maybe body language. We might dance around and, sing about how I want ice cream. Okay, so if you want a relationship, you have to get to that point. You have to embody the wanting. You have to clearly know. So if you just say, I want ice cream, you may not like vanilla, and that's all that's in the freezer, or that's all the adults have bought, purchased for you or for them. So we have to be crystal clear on our checklist of what we want. I also add into it non-negotiable list on a separate piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you have to most people, when they want something, they can tell you a whole laundry list of what they don't want. But then when I start probing in sessions with clients, helping them to identify what they do want, quite often it's easier for them to see it in the pairs of opposites by looking at what I don't want and then beginning to identify. It has to be in your words. It can't be in mine. Right. You have to define all of this. Second step is taking that list of what you want. That was step 1. And then singing, chanting, dancing, talking about it, writing about it, journaling about it, all those things that begin to embody it. I suggest, if you do have those dislikes showing up first, pitch a tantrum. It helps. Little kids, when they do pitch a tantrum, when we were little, we usually could get through it pretty quick. It could be diffused, and then we're good. We're not rolling back in the I don't want, I don't want, I don't want. So in second step, we can get hung up there.
Okay.
Okay. Third step,
Okay.
believe that you already have it.
Oh, I've heard that. Okay. Yeah.
Embody that it's already here. Now, we've seen probably in social media and through the communications of coaches and teachers about writing yourself a letter that is dated in the future. Could be a month, could be a year, could be 5 years. And writing to yourself, congratulations, on achieving, and then your list of achievements that you wanted to create, maybe a podcast, maybe publish a book, maybe the new job, maybe the money that you wanted to see in your bank account, right? That's the process getting there. That's part of step 2 is writing, but then you actually absolutely must embody that it's already here. That's step 3.
Yeah. And the energy of wanting is very different from the energy of having.
Mm,
Yeah. Like the energy of having kind of pulls it towards you. The energy of wanting kind of repels it from you because you keep wanting it.
exactly. So you go and you can easily drift back into lack.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then what's happening? You're shopping without a good list.
With empty stomach again. Yeah.
Ah, you see how
How,
this
how do,
works?
how do you get someone to shift from wanting to having? Like, how does someone get coached up, or like, how do I go from a place of I want this to I have this? Like, is there a mindset shift, or what happens there?
Do you want to give, you're a coach, Brad. Do you want to give me an example of a case study where you maybe hit a wall with a client? You don't have to, but it's
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but
okay. Okay. Uh, truly, let's go back to little kid psychology. We're not going to believe anything unless we feel it through all of our bodily felt senses,
right.
right? So we
Uh,
have to see it, we have to hear it, we have to smell it, we have to taste it, and we have to feel it. Takes time. People get hung up on this step. I totally am one of them, have been hung up on this step, because then it's belief, right? That is a very chunked up concept, and we can easily be stunted at that level. Don't give up. Go back to step 1, step 2, work your way to 3. And then the 4th step.
okay, what's the fourth step?
The 4th step is let it go.
Oh yeah, yeah, I've heard that. That's a hard one too, but that is, I think, honestly, for me personally, I think that's the most important step. Let it go.
Right. I think the easiest way to identify that you have the ability to let it go is to search through your memory bank and look at times where you were trying to manifest things,
Mhm.
and work your way in your history. Some hypnotherapists, psychologists will do this by suggesting, pull up a screen. Imagine you're on a TV. This is, I've seen this show up in different types of psychology, Silva Mind, all different ways of imagining this and going through it as if you're the director of a film. Watching yourself on the screen. The screen, let me just explain what the screen is. It's the inside of your forehead.
Oh, okay.
So it's a dark screen. Close your eyes. There's a dark screen there, right?
Hmm.
And you can imagine you're projecting. Even if you don't see IMAX in there, just pretend you do. Act as if. Because act as if is a practice of believing, embodying. So see it play out, see that you've already got it. If you want to win an award, if you want to be recognized for something, if you want any of your list of wants. And then you've got to really believe that it's already here. So you have to play it out in whatever makes you believe it. I mean, if you're asking for it, your ice cream, your belief is holding the bowl, feeling the cold, smelling it, watching the cold. It's almost like steam, right? That comes off of it, if depending on the temperature and humidity in your house. Yes, I just got sciencey. And then that first taste, you've got to go through these in that dark screen or on that dark screen of the mind. And then you have to let it go. There have been times I tried to manifest something for years. And then I finally did let it go. And then maybe years went by and it happened. I remember recently walking through my door, coming in the house from the garage after being out, and seeing a message on my phone about something I got. And just stunned, standing there wide-eyed, looking at this going, wow, I really did let that go. I forgot all about this.
That's usually for me too, when I've actually manifested something and something I completely forgot about. And I don't know, sometimes a couple days or weeks or months or even years later, it shows up and I'm like, oh, I remember when I had that thought. Yeah.
Thank you.
I use, yeah, letting go. I sometimes tell myself, just forget all about it because the universe will remember. But yeah, when I forget about it and then, yeah, it literally shows up. Because if I trying to manifest versus just, I use the word allowing also. I don't know. Do you use that word at all? Allow?
Nope. Not in this method, not in this. I have heard it used many times. I might use something like open up, but no, I don't usually use the word allow.
Open up. It's kind of what I mean by allow.
Receive.
Receive, yeah.
I use that more. Magnetically draw it. I use that more. Allow is a little too passive for me as a verb.
Okay. I like what'd you just
When
say?
you are manifesting, it's best to use it's best to be more active. When you want something, you've got to use active, persuasive speech, especially with self.
Yeah, I'm magnetically drawing it to me. I like that. Have you heard of this? This is a step I've heard also, and
I just want to stop you for a second. You said magnetically draw, but then you used a phrase that didn't believe that it was already here. Just saying.
Oh, okay. So
Go ahead. I hope I didn't blow your
I
train of thought.
magnetically have it. You're very no, that's
No, I am it.
I am it. Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell me what you were going to say, and then I'll go to a next phase.
Well, I was just going to ask, one technique I've used, I don't know if you've heard of this, is to make room for the thing that you want to manifest. So, like if you're trying to manifest a partner, clear some space in your drawer for that partner to put their things. Or, when I manifested a car once, I've manifested a lot of crazy stuff, but when I manifested a car, I'll never forget this. I have been thinking about getting a new car, and I wasn't clear on the word new, brand new versus like new, used or something.
New to you, yes.
Yeah, new to me. But anyway, I remember this one day I had my truck and I had this single car garage that I was never using. It was empty. I'm like, why don't I just park my car in my garage? And so I did that. And I kid you not, it's about 3 days later, I manifested a new the car I have now, still SUV. I'm like, oh, because now I have room to park it. The universe just needed to see I needed room to park it. So anyway,
So you stopped parking the current car in the garage, or I don't understand. What did you do that shifted?
So I had at once upon a time I had two cars. I had my truck and I had been working on manifesting a new car, and yeah, new to me. And so I took that car and I parked it in the garage, which left space open in my driveway to park another car. And I
Okay.
kid you not,
I just
literally,
wanted your listeners to understand the clarity there.
Yeah, good point. And I kid you not, like literally 3 days after I did this was years ago, but literally 3 days after I did that, got a call from my mom saying, hey, Brad, your dad can't drive anymore. We're giving you his car. And it was basically almost a brand new car at the time.
Wow.
He'd only driven it like, I don't know, maybe a year and had like just very, very little mileage, basically brand new.
Awesome.
And I was just shocked that, but again, so have you heard of this, using this technique to like make room for whatever the
Of course. I mean, that's what tidying up is all about. Like if you ever watch, I don't know if you ever saw any of the Marie Kondo information when she got really hot, and had a Netflix show because people were stuck in their lives. They were stuck in their relationships. They were stuck in their jobs. They were stuck where they were living. They were not happy. And she went in and I mean, these were major hoarders, right? That were just filling their houses with stuff. And she taught them to pick up each thing, look at it, decide if you want it or not. If it's a must-have, it went in this must-have pile, but it was mostly about getting rid of stuff, of course. And she would have people hold the thing or hold the object up and hold it to their heart space and say, thank you for your service. I no longer need you. And let it go, let it go. So, you know, if you are that type that has a hard time letting go, case in point with relationships, if you're still harboring anger, frustration, pain of any sort because of something that happened, you're still holding things from the past. You're not making space emotionally or intellectually. But yes, of course, I mean, making space for the thing, if it's an object that you want. You know, if you want to buy a painting, you know, you should have a place to hang it. If you want a new outfit, you should have a place to hang it or put it in the drawer. And if you're holding on to crap that you don't need or that could serve someone else that you're not using, then give it away, right? Make space, of course. That is part of, I'd say we could say that's 2.5 maybe between realizing what you want and then believing it's here. Because if you don't have space for it, are you really believing that you've got it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And letting it go. It's, you know, the car thing, I think a lot of us do learn manifestation when we want a car because we do work these steps pretty heavy. And when we do get a car, but it's not exactly what we originally set out to get, we learn the lesson of step 1. I need to be more clear about my list and my non-negotiables. I wanted a car when I turned 16. That was the legal driving age where I grew up. And I ended up with a Bonneville that belonged to my grandmother. That was the same make and year as the Batmobile. I'm only 5 feet tall. I had to sit on pillows and well, some of you may not remember Yellow Pages, but
Yeah, I remember those.
I
Yeah.
had to sit on 2 Yellow Pages with a book on top of it. It was a car, but man, I felt like I was driving some sort of aircraft lander. It was just not comfortable. So then I got more clear on what I wanted. But years later, as an adult, I used what's called either a wish board or a dream board, a collage to identify what I wanted. I really wanted a little SUV. I was out in Arizona and I wanted something with higher clearance and 4-wheel drive so I could get to my gigs as a musician in the middle of the desert. And at that time, I had my heart and desires set on a Toyota RAV4. And they had just come out with this book. You know how auto dealers make these beautiful magazine type little books about the car models. And it had a punch out. You could make a model of the car out of paper. And I made an altar to the RAV4.
Oh, nice.
And then, you know, it didn't come. And I got rid of it. I recycled all that, the wish board and everything. And then it came. So there's an example.
Because you finally let go.
Because I let it go. Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh, there goes my screen real quick.
It kind of looks cool though.
I'm gonna do a quick reset there.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. We could talk all day about manifestation. I've manifested some crazy stuff in my life. A bachelor pad, I remember I had a 3-bedroom, 1-car garage, 2.5 bathroom, townhome, a car. I manifested an all expenses paid Caribbean cruise one time. I won a Caribbean cruise last year also that I still have sitting out there. If anybody's listening, and actually I'm giving that away. It's a Caribbean cruise. Well, it's a cruise to the Bahamas for 2, but there are some expenses involved. That's another thing. But anyway, if anybody's listening and wants that, give me a shout out because I'm not going to use it. But
Yeah.
I always
What cruise line?
yeah. I always say this, like, especially like a lot of people, yeah, they're trying to manifest like their soulmate or something like that, like a relationship. I always say, to attract the one, you have to be the one. And that's how I approach things nowadays. Like whatever you're trying to attract, be the vibration of whatever it is you wish to attract. So if you want to, be a new homeowner or have a new home, then be the vibration. Who are you in relation to that? I am a new, like you just said, I am a new homeowner. And then
But I'm going to take that a step further, Brad.
okay.
Okay, I am. Those two little words,
Mhm.
I am, 3 letters, are the most powerful mantra.
Yeah.
The most powerful. But where people run into difficulty with the thing they want is quite often they use adjectives and verbs. It has to be a present tense because it's already here, noun.
Yeah. Not like
So
I'm
if you
going
want a
to.
relationship, the mantra, the affirmation, the prayer, to me, I believe in the last show we were talking about that I see them all as the same thing. And if you want, let's say, a relationship, you have to say, I am relationship. I am relationship. If you want abundance, you don't say I am abundant. That's a descriptor. You say I am abundance. If you want to be healthier, you say I am health.
I am healthy. I say
No, not healthy.
no
Health.
health.
It's a little tricky to get comfortable with because the natural human emotional response is to describe it, but you have to be it. This is step 3.
Yeah, be the thing you wish to attract.
Right. I am healthy relationship. You could say that.
I am a soulmate is one I use. I am
You don't
being
need the word I
I
am soulmate.
I am soulmate.
You
Okay.
take the power out of it when you start putting too many words in it.
Okay. I am soulmate. Yeah, that's but there's for me, even me, I have some beliefs I'm working on around that and what does it take to be a soulmate. So yeah, I talk about, I am romanticizer, I am listener, all that stuff that you need to be a good soulmate.
The divine essence that bestows upon us these wishes, hopes, answers to prayers, affirmations, and mantras is like a short order cook at the height of lunchtime in a busy place. You've got to be really clear and give it in the shortest hand you can. It will change the power of your abilities. And I know that there are a lot of very, very lengthy affirmations like this. I challenge you to shorten them to I am and a noun in the present tense. See what happens. Let me know. I want to know. Write to Brad. We want to know if this changes anything for you.
So how would you do like one like a new car owner, like I am car, like I am new car? Would you use any adjectives at all, or just the I am plus the noun? I am car.
On your list, you definitely want make, model, year,
Yeah.
health of the car. You want all these descriptions. If you're manifesting a partner, you want it, okay, back to the 20 something.
Okay. I wish her, you'll have to
She
give us an
said
update
she
later
demanded and commanded that she was very clear on what she wanted. She wanted a mate. She wanted to get married, and they had to be romantically affectionate. I said, that's not enough. And she was stupefied. I said, what do they smell like? What do they taste like? Where do they live? What are their ideas on children, whether you want them or not? What is their idea for the present? What is their idea for a month from now? What are their plans for a year? What are their dreams and aspirations? Where do they want to travel or not? What kind of bank account level are they at? What kind of job do they have? Do you see where I'm going with this?
That's a lot. That's a lot of descriptors. Yeah.
If you order at lunchtime in a fast moving pace, I'm thinking like a diner. If you've ever been to one like that, height time. If you say, I want breakfast, you might get a bunch of stuff on your plate you don't want. If you say, I want a sandwich, you might get an onion and you don't want that, or mustard and you don't want that, or you didn't want that kind of bread, or you would prefer that toasted. Do you see what I'm saying? People are not clear enough about what they want with themselves.
Get clear, get clear. Ambika, I'm so sorry. I am on a time crunch today. I actually have a 11 o'clock appointment, so I need to get going for that. But real quick, this has been a fun little discussion on manifestation. Anything else you want to add real quick that we haven't said already?
Just regarding manifestation, keep at it.
Okay.
Just keep at it, refine it. If you need help, you can contact me. I'd be more than happy to be your coach.
And how can people reach you? I see you've got your website right there. Is that the best way to reach you?
Absolutely. You can write me from pretty much any page on my website and read my blog. You can read about affirmations, prayers, and mantras there. I have an article. You can also listen to my articles on the platform of your choice on Meditate with Ambika, along with guided meditations. And at my site, it's ambikadevi.com. That's AmbikaDevi.com. And I'm sure Brad's going to put everything in the show notes.
I will. I'll put all that in the show notes. So, Ambika, thank you so much for being here today. I'm sure we'll connect again and do another episode. This has been a fun little lively chat today.
I hope so. Yeah, this has been fun. You have a great day, and thank you everybody for listening to the end.
Yeah, and thank you so much for being here. Again, if you like what you have heard, please share this podcast as far and wide as possible. The more people that we can reach, and man, I counted yesterday, I forget already, but I think 38 countries. I have a goal. I want to be in 120 countries around the world. So let's definitely spread this message.
I am broadcasting. I am broadcast. I am broadcast in how many countries?
120 is my goal.
I am broadcast in 120 countries. My podcast.
I am thousands of listeners.
I am broadcast. Make it simple.
Yeah.
You see, when we put too many tenses and adjectives and descriptors and manipulators of time, it confuses the short order cook of the divine.
Gotcha. So I am broadcast. I am thousands of listeners. I am listeners. Just like that. Yeah. Cool.
Thousands. There's nothing wrong with the number. Put the number. Why not millions? If you want thousands, why not millions? If you want millions, why not trillions?
Yeah. Very good point. Very good point. So this has been awesome, Ambika. Thank you so much. And again, if you are listening, please hit that subscribe button. Leave me a 5-star review wherever you do listen to podcasts. And yes, please share this episode far and wide. This has been a lot of fun today. Thanks to everyone. Until next time, as I always say, be well, be safe, be happy, and eat ice cream every once in a while. So take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.